Recorded at Equip HNA 2024 in Louisville, Kentucky. Here's your host, SiteOne trainer, Sean Sandink.
Hi, this is Sean with SiteOne Landscape Supply here at the Equip Expo with Brett Loehr of Brothers Lawn Maintenance. Welcome, Brett.
Thank you, Sean. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you guys from and what do you do?
So we are from the St. Louis area. We're about 30 minutes west of St. Louis City in St. Charles County. We started in 2022. We do lawn care, hardscaping, landscaping, pretty much full service company. So we try to pretty much so our customers don't have to go to anybody else. If they need something, we make sure that what they need we can take care of.
Gotcha.
And we've noticed recently too that a lot of homeowners don't want to have to deal with 6 different companies coming in and doing a project. They'd rather work with one company. So
one call, one contact, one invoice, one person to yell at.
Exactly. I'm the one taking the heat. So, I'm not calling 3 other companies saying, hey, what happened over here? I know what happened and we'll take care of it.
And what's your role in the company?
So I am, my brother and I are 50-50 partners. I am the owner/field operations manager. So I run everything on the landscape and hardscape side. I got a landscape foreman. His name's Dylan. He does runs all my guys in the landscape field. He's phenomenal. Been buddies with him for 15 years and just day by day.
So how many teammates would you have total?
So we have 7 guys total.
In just 2 years?
Yes. We had an opportunity. Mason and I, we started doing lawn care on the side. I worked for a retaining wall company for a very long time.
Okay, so you already had experience.
Yes. I grew up. The company that I worked for, I've been with the son of the owner since first grade. So I've been around construction, been around retaining walls, watched him grow his business the past 25 years, and it really inspired me to go off and do my own thing. And
so this is what you wanted to do, even from a young,
yes.
Some kids want to be cops, firemen. You're like, no, I'm doing landscaping.
Yeah. Even like in my high school where teachers would give you that piece of paper that says like, what do you want to do when you're older? It was always, I want to own my own business. So I never went to college. I actually went to college for 2 weeks and ended up pulling out and joined the union. I was doing glass for a couple of years and then I joined Roche Company and learned all my experience there. So
fantastic. So you do full-on landscape construction.
Yes, sir.
You do maintenance as well?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you guys don't do that you'd rather just sub out to somebody else?
So we sub out fertilizing.
Sub out fertilizing?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. So do you have a good friend in the business
we do.
then?
We do. Yep. My brother actually has a really good buddy he went to high school with. His name's Sean. He does all of our fertilizing accounts.
Sean's a good name. Good guy.
He's a good guy. He does good work too, man. He takes care of us. So we send all of our fertilizing accounts to him and he takes care of them. No issues at all.
Excellent. So you do irrigation?
We actually don't do irrigation.
Oh, you don't? Do you sub that
out
as well?
We sub that out too, yeah.
Okay.
We sub that out.
Another friend?
Yes. His name's Andrew, actually. He's with AC Outdoors. So if we have any irrigation, we go to him. But recently we actually partnered up with Pro Outdoors. They're in like 4 or 5 different states now. They've bought out precision irrigation. So Andrew's doing... We used to use him, I should say, a couple of months ago, but now with our new partnership we have with Pro Outdoors, we've been using them for all of our irrigation systems, blowouts, any repairs that we do. If a guy runs over a sprinkler head, we call Danielle over there, and they use us for all their landscaping. So they're having the same kind of issue, I would say, is that a customer will call them for irrigation, but they need landscaping too.
Right.
They don't really do the landscaping part.
So then they refer you.
They refer us.
Well,
so we work together.
Back-scratching situation gone right there.
Exactly.
So. Is there any line of business that you'd like to add?
Yeah, lighting.
Lighting. So you don't do lighting yet.
We don't do lighting yet.
What is the stumbling block from getting into the lighting business? There's darkness.
Yeah. Oh, no. And around our area, there's not many companies that even do it. So, and a lot of our customers, we could easily, it's an easy selling point, and it's, we talked to a couple people here at the expo this past week, and we've learned a lot from these booths, and these guys have explained to us just how easy it actually is to install lighting. It's a huge profit margin,
Lighting's fantastic like that, because to do lighting at all, it's good.
Right.
Because you're putting light where there was no light.
Right.
To go from good to great, takes a little bit of extra training. You want to get some courses, make sure you're using the right products in the right spots.
Exactly.
And learning what techniques, and it's like anything, like what you've learned with your retaining walls, any other landscape part, it's experience, and every job is kind of training for that next job.
You're exactly right. Exactly right.
Would you look at holiday lighting?
We actually do that.
You actually you do that already?
We did that for the past, when we first started in 2022, that was kind of what got us through the wintertime before we really started diving into taking on hardscaping projects and plant installs and all that stuff. But wintertime, there's an app called Nextdoor that we use quite a bit.
Okay.
And just post it on there, and we'd comment on a couple people looking for lights, and then they would refer us to their friends, and we stayed busy all winter our first year in business just from doing holiday lights.
So by the sounds of it, with your customer base, they call you in for whatever, but while you're there, you could do the whole gamut of landscape services.
Oh, yeah, without them having to call anybody else.
How did you get your first customer?
So our first customer, actually, my dad was working with a guy, or not working, he actually went and had a drink with his buddy, had a beer,
Okay.
and a guy was sitting next to him and was like, hey, just introduced himself, and he goes, I'm building a house out here in St. Paul, and I need a tree taken down. And at the time, my brother was working with my friend Scott, who owns a tree service, and so them two went over and took the tree down, ground the stump, and one day my brother and I were like, man, why don't we go cut some grass after work? We still have 4 or 5 hours of daylight. There's no reason why we still can't go out and work. So he ended up getting Mike's contact information and got a hold of him, and he's like, yeah, I got an apartment complex. If you guys want to start mowing that, you can come mow my house. So we used his mower. He let us use his bad boy mower as our first mower. We went and bought a little $1,500 single axle trailer,
Right.
and started mowing. And then we made a Facebook post about, hey, my brother Mason and I are doing lawn care now, and then all family friends would spread it around. And then what actually got us in business was that one person that we went to high school with. His name was Preston Trudeau.
Okay.
He had 40 accounts, a couple Skag mowers, enclosed trailer, and he was looking to get more towards like Amazon shipping of his parents owned a couple businesses around town.
Okay.
And just wanted to do that. So we were like, we're interested in that business, but we would love to. And
So you grew with family and friends, and then you acquired
we acquired Trudeau Landscaping in 2022, which brought us to an LLC, got us the equipment that we needed to start out, and then we went from 40 accounts. Now we service 120 every week, and
That's
we do
fantastic growth.
commercial.
You got to be pretty happy.
I am, and I will say it takes a village. I will say that. The guys that we have are phenomenal. I give them all the credit. They show up every day.
So how do you get your customers now?
So now we have a fantastic website that we have with Footbridge Media. And Footbridge Media does our SEOs. They do all of our Google stuff. And you type in lawn care near me if you're in our area, and we're right up there, number 1, number 2 on the list. And we don't do any advertising, so we haven't done any Facebook ads. We haven't ran really anything except just what when we get done with the job, we'll get on our business page on Facebook,
Right.
share the job, and post that on our website as well. And it's just its website is all we've been doing.
And what about word of mouth?
Word of mouth is the most contagious thing ever. That's good work brings good work, and that's our number one focus, is just going the extra mile, making sure these customers are getting what they want. And if anything happens, we'll go back and fix it. We're not just there for the transaction.
How did you learn how to price jobs?
So that's a good question. We actually realized when we first went into business that we were literally charging half of what we should have been charging to customers on landscaping side.
How did you find that out?
We joined, so Eric Rios, he's a really good entrepreneur around us, and he owned 5 or 6 different companies, mostly plumbing, and he started a group called the Winning Life Group. So
Okay.
We met with him 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, for an hour, and he has like this chart where it would like generate, this truck costs this amount every day, this employee costs this. You just, you enter all your cost in this chart, and it spits out your hourly rate on what you need to charge your cost of doing business needs to be. So it was like literally
That's like
half.
a godsend.
Yeah,
just
no,
to come and-
it was the best thing ever. And ever since then, we were struggling at the beginning because we didn't know really what we were doing,
Right.
what to charge. We didn't want to be those guys overcharging. We didn't want to screw our competitors over. We wanted to be
Right.
competitive.
Yeah.
And so everybody wants to make money, and that's the whole point of business is to make money.
Right.
So we figured out that we were not charging what we needed to be charging, and once we did, it just totally changed the game. So we just reinvest is all we've focused on this past. We're 3 years in now, and that's it, man. We've put every last dollar that we possibly can back into this business, buying trucks, buying equipment, and it's just been a road.
So speaking of equipment, how is your company positioned in terms of the technology mini revolution that's happening here?
So we haven't gone automated yet. We're not robot mowers or anything like that.
What about gas or electric?
We're all gas.
You're all gas.
We're all gas.
And you're all non-robotic, not automated yet. Now, is this by choice, or like, are you pushing against it, or is it something you just don't want to adopt to yet?
I don't really think we're quite there yet. It might be an possibility down the road, but we're just so new. We're trying to just get the basics down and just, capitalize on what the industry really is based around. I know it's the electric and all that's coming in now, and it's good to get ahead of the game, but I guess you could say I'm pretty mechanically inclined. I'm like the mechanic of the business, so if anything breaks down, I fix it, and we have phenomenal dealer support. St. Louis Equipment, shout out to them. They're phenomenal when it comes to dealer support. I couldn't tell you the last time we had any downtime from a mower breaking.
Gotcha.
Phenomenal. We run Skag. That's our only mowers that we run at the moment. We love them and good relationship with them. So
what do you see as your biggest challenge? What keeps you up at night? What keeps you worried? What are you thinking about?
Biggest challenge right now is, I guess my brother deals with it more, but just the callbacks. And we're having an issue right now where it's dry season, so we're not on a contract with anybody. We don't do contracts. If it's dry, if it's too wet, whatever the case may be, we'll hold off till next week. We're not just there to empty the pockets from all our customers. Right. We want to actually take care of them. Hey, your grass isn't growing, we're not going to cut it.
Okay.
But Mason deals with it quite a bit, where it's like, he'll get a phone call like, hey, you charged me for 3 out of the 4 weeks, or, and you're only here for 2 out of the 4 weeks. And our guys do a really good job of keeping track on when they're at properties and when they're not. So we're trying to figure out a CRM system right now that's really going to just get rid of all that. And that way we can just track everything and just tell the customer, hey, listen, here's just send over a copy of their route that day and just show them like, hey, this is what we were there. We're not just charging you to charge you. We were there performing service. So
is that one of the reasons you're here at this show, to look at the different CRM options?
Yes, and actually I have a hat on right now for, I think it's WorkWave, I think is kind of it's the real green. We went to their demo yesterday and it was phenomenal. It's absolutely everything that we're looking for in a CRM system. So we're hoping to get something figured out with them and get started.
So what's the next 5 years look like?
Next 5 years is going to be mostly just building our hardscaping and landscaping side as best we can, and just getting the equipment for it, getting the knowledge, educated, going to classes, and just growing on that side, because I personally love outdoor patios. I love outdoor kitchens. I love the before and afters. And I love, the hard work you put into something. I like to see the results after. It's like, oh, well, this was just nothing but grass here.
Right.
Now it's got this big pavilion with beautiful patio pavers and a fire pit and all that stuff. So I'm really trying to grow the landscaping and hardscaping side as much as I can, which right now so Mason's doing all the lawn care, and then I'm going with Dylan, and him and I are doing the landscaping and hardscaping. So it's hard work, man. I mean, a lot of people say, hey, it must be nice working for yourself and you get to make your own hours and this and that. I've never worked so hard in my life.
Right.
Compared to now. I mean, I'm up till 10, 11 o'clock. What are we doing in the next 2? I like to be, ahead of schedule. I want to have our monthly schedule ready to go. I don't want to be going on a Friday thinking, man, what are we going to do on Monday? It's
right.
And it's happened before, and it's scary. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially now with you got 7 guys.
Yeah.
Like when it was just you, it's like, okay, well, I'm not working on a Monday. I better get some work.
Exactly. And so for us right now, I will say this, is that the landscape or the lawn care side is pretty much just covering our payroll, and what we do on landscape and hardscape is kind of what we show as like an earning. So it's just, everyone's heads are down. We're all grinding, working hard every day, and It's been a roller coaster for sure.
So what's one conversation that you've had maybe with a homeowner or one of your employees that you wish you could just take back?
So I'm going to be honest with you on this one because people
I
say
hope so.
this.
You've been honest with me so
far.
far.
I know. People say this all the time, no sugarcoating it though, but
No.
the biggest thing that people say in business is don't hire your buddies. It's a challenge. We had Mason's best friend started working with us like 5 or 6 months ago, and it was just absolutely the worst decision we've ever made. Arguments, taking advantage of us, just, telling our customers, Brett and Mason make enough money. I'm like, I'll do this on the side, like trying to do side work and stuff on our dime. It was bad. And like,
and because of the friendship, probably thought they could take advantage of it.
Exactly.
That you guys wouldn't care.
Yep.
You're all good. And then what do? You wreck your business or you wreck your friendship?
Well, that's what happened. The friendship got wrecked. So now him and that guy don't talk at all. They blocked each other or he actually blocked Mason on every social media platform. Mason can't call him or anything. And just I had like a 2-hour talk with him. I told him to come over to my house because I just wanted to know what was going on. He'd come to work all pissed off, and I'll just, was just a grin on his face. Our guys were like, dude, like this is not what we want to be really around all day, every day. What's going on? I was like, I'll get to the bottom of it. And I felt bad for him, gave him the benefit of the doubt. And our talk went good. I wasn't expecting really the next day to him to show up and just be like, hey, this is not really for me. I'm done. And then for some reason, he just had some fire up on Mason, and now they're not buddies. So
wow.
And my best friend, I've been best friends with Dylan, who's my landscape foreman for 15 years, and he's the best there is. I mean, I have no complaints. We worked great together. Our guys love him. He works his butt off every single day, and it's what we're looking for. So I mean, long story short, be careful when you go into business and friendship. You got to really separate it, and if you don't, it's going to either ruin your business or ruin your friendship.
How's the sibling rivalry?
So him with Mason and I, we've gotten really, really close ever since we went into business.
And it's about trust.
Yes, it's all about trust
and
sacrifices. I trust him with everything. Yeah, if it wasn't for my brother, we wouldn't be in the position we are right now, and I'm sure he can say that vice versa. So he works his butt off. He goes to school still. He'll be done in December, so he's doing college and running a business.
Wow.
At the same time, and it's just I'm really glad to call him my brother. I will say that. So my dad and his brother haven't talked in 8-10 years because of business. So we were just like, you know what, let's be the Loehrs that can actually run a business together. Let's be close brothers and let's really make this happen. So it's been good, man. It's been good.
That's fantastic. Well, give your company one more shout out here. Your
Brothers Lawn Maintenance
out of
St. Peters, Missouri.
About a half hour
west of St. Louis.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Brett, I want to thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show, and best of luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Sean.
Thanks for tuning in to Confessions of the Craft. Ensure you never miss an episode by subscribing to the podcast so you can be the first to hear new episodes and discover previous ones. Follow SiteOne on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn for the latest trends and industry updates.